It's on.
Hello, welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
This is the Barre Class, where today we'll be using our push-ups for upper body strength and those stretch pliés to mobilize and stretch those hips. So we'll get our flex on, we'll get our dance on. Lauren will start with that foot warm-up, and then more to come, push-ups and pliés at the bar. Welcome, let's get started.
Let's get started in space with our feet underneath of us, which is a great place for them to be. And we'll grip the floor with them. Then we'll pull our kneecaps up, gently tightening up those legs or those quads, and then squeeze our butt cheeks. We'll think about the position of our rib cage and lightly bring it down over top of our hips. Then with all of that in mind, let's just push down into the floor and slowly find our first balance. Take your time getting up as high as you can, and then just as much control to slowly descend back down. Once those heels land, let's gently bend the knees, lightly sitting the hips back, and then we'll drive the hips through to tall and repeat that one more time. Up on a 2-foot balance, come down with control, and then gently bend the knees towards over the toes. This time, let's stay the same height, but peel those heels up and find a bent leg balance. And then heels will come down and we'll push through to tall. We'll go back to that bent knee balance position, peeling the heels up. And then we'll gently press up out of that. Now this time let's descend on one foot only. So the other leg will bend and the heel will stay off the floor. One leg will come down. We'll press up and we'll switch. One heel comes down, one stays up. Let's go up and switch again. This time, let's bend that leg that just landed, sending the hips back. Press through to tall, go up, switch legs. Other leg descends straight first and then absorbs the landing with a bent knee. We'll press through to tall, find that 2-legged balance and hold, and then we'll come down to the heels with control. Continue to bend the knees, peel the heels up all the way to that low squat position, and then soft landing on the floor. Extend the hips. Let's hold this position for a second. In this position, we're thinking our hips are gently pushing forward. Our butt cheeks are squeezed. Then we're going to reposition that rib cage down so we have some nice tight abs as we will in our push-ups. From here, we'll use our hip hinge. Hips will go back. Hands will find the floor and just nice soft landing on those hands. Let's warm them up before we get into our push-up positions today. So with those hands open nice and wide on the floor, our elbow pits are gently rotated forward, but keeping our shoulders packed. We'll pull on the floor, lightly drifting our shoulders towards over our fingers. Then we'll use our fingers and press ourselves back. Let's do that again. Pull, engage those lats, feel the underside of the armpits as you drift shoulders towards over fingers, and then press back. And on this last one, we'll get to that stacked position. We'll push the palms away from the floor, and then we'll press the fingers out and give that a little shake. Let's do one rotation of the hands. Fingertips will come down towards you, and then full palms. Shrug the shoulders up gently, and then let's pull them down. And let's keep them there as we lightly sit back. As we sit back into this, palms stay heavy, fingers stay heavy, elbows stay straightish, and then we'll rock forward. This time, let's do that, but try to add an elbow bend. So a gentle bend in elbows. And then we'll continue to sit back, peeling those palms away from the floor and lightly shaking that out. Whew. We'll get to that plank / push-up positions in a second. But first,
on the elbow, in that modified 90-90 position as per a plank. So it's this lunge position just on our sideline. And first, let's get a little bit slumpy on the shoulder and then saggy in that core. But let's press the elbow in the ground. That should pack that shoulder. And then a lateral rib cage flexion idea here to engage those obliques. Now take that back hip and do a butt cheek squeeze forward, adding on every time. And now with the knee staying in the same place, slowly extend to straighten. Wake up those hamstrings, but avoid crampiness overall, but then point the foot. You might be able to straighten the knee a little bit extra, and then take the foot into that other foot shape, dorsiflex, and then with the knee staying in the same place, bend it. Repeat one more and check in with the shoulder, those nice strong obliques, the glute squeeze in the back, and one more time, straighten out that knee in the front. When it's as straight as it can go for you, point the foot towards that ballet foot, ask permission to straighten out one more time with those quads, then change the foot, do our knee bend, push the floor away, and just have a little bit of fun sitting in the middle or that mermaid sit. Then we'll switch positions and try the same thing on the other side. There's no need to get slumpy the way I am here, but it might help to show you that difference between a little bit passive and that nice, strong, active position. Push the forearm in the ground, incorporate that side bend or oblique raise, and squeeze your back butt cheek to keep the hip extended. And with the knee in place, we'll slowly straighten it out with that dorsiflex or karate style foot, and then change it to the ballet point, also useful for the handstand, and straighten out the knee. Then change the foot yet again. Be careful not to wake up the calf too much, but we'll do that one more time, addressing the core, the hip in the back, slowly straighten that leg out front. When it's as straight as it can go for you, point the foot, activate that VM, that big quad muscle in the middle, and then change the foot, return to that 90 position, and again, just end up sitting nice and tall for a quick second. I think there's some more planking, so it's back to Lauren.
All right, last week we explored those 3 positions of the push-ups. Let's do that again. Warm up those push-ups by starting in the topmost position. So our hands are outside our shoulders, just a little bit or slightly under. Our hands are gripping the floor, butt cheeks are squeezed, shoulders are pulled out of your ears. Kind of like our plank here, maybe it's just slightly wider, and we're breathing and bracing, creating tension in our abs. Now let's slowly lower ourselves to find mid-station, about 90 degrees. You can always come down to those knees. And then let's find low station, just hovering off the floor, and then push the floor away to come back up. Let's hold that top position one more time, pulling tension underneath you, engaging those lats. Then to mid-station, hold. Then to low station, and then up. Whew. We'll press the floor forward, we'll make our way to standing, and we'll come back to some more consecutive push-ups after some time at the bar. Whew. That warms me
Stacked up. It is a warm-up out there, so make sure you have that water handy, and always check in day to day, work on your exercises, but always check in how you feel all the time. Lauren warmed us up with those pliés, so let's get right into that with our little extra leg out front, or a tendu. Just do a single plie in a parallel position and then stretch. And now do a single plie in parallel, then take the other leg and reach it out front, and now do a single leg stretch. Repeat one more time, out front, and this time bring the leg back, extending underneath the hip. Now let's just pivot those feet and do the same thing in our first position. Sit in a squat plie, and then stretch. This time the leg will go out to the side. So we'll sit in our squat plie, we'll reach the leg away, leave the leg wide as we stretch that standing leg, then return down low, and as we stand up this time, pull those ankles together. We'll stay in that first position and repeat a sit squat plie, and then push through, pulling up those kneecaps. Again, down low on 2 feet, transfer the weight to the inside leg, stretch the other leg out the back this time, stretch the single leg, and then one more time on that single leg squat. This time, pull those legs back together. Whether you switch around or maybe even just try it without, let's just do that same thing to the side with the other leg. So we're sitting in our squat, check, and then we'll stand up one more time. Then we'll sit in our squat again, taking a leg out to the side this time. Leave it there, toe points included, and stretch that standing leg. Then do our knee bend, and as we stand up, we'll pull together. Let's just return to the bar here as you do 2 quick balances from parallel. With the feet facing forward, that includes the kneecap of the elevated foot. Hug the midline and squeeze. That'll be a position as we explore, as will out to the side. Keep the hips forward as the knee is reaching from the side, politely cramping up that bum cheek. Then close that knee back to the front. Get the toes to touch and push the hip through. Let's just repeat that balance on the other side. Use that balance aid as you need, or even just try yourself without. The standing leg is squeezing the glutes, pulling up the kneecaps. As we open that knee to the side, the hips stay forward, eliminating the likelihood to twist. Return the leg to the front, land with the toes first, then squeeze or extend those hips through to finish nice and tall. More progressions off that in a second, but push-ups first.
All right, last week we did 3, 4, 5, 4, 3 push-up style. This week, we are going to go between the number 3 and 6. It's going to be a good time. If that number is too high for you, pick a number that's less, but let's first walk ourselves out into that push-up position. First time, 3 push-ups, but my pace. So come down to that push-up position. Pull yourself down. 3, 2, and then up. Do it again. Pull yourself down. Tight butts, tight abs. Up. One more time. Use all your muscles as you do this. Everything's tight. And then we'll push the floor forward. Walk ourselves back up. Extend to tall. Shake it out.
Shake it out. Let's continue that tendu, or that leg out front movement, with a weight transfer after. So this time, let's set up those feet in that first position, and we'll do our knee bend over toe. Let's point that leg out front. Now push off the back leg and return to a single leg balance with the inside leg pointing to the side. Then stretch out the back, land toe ball heel, point to the front, and then just return that to that first position. Repeating to the side. Knee bend over toes, weight transfer. I'll push towards the bar to move away from it, firmly connecting the foot down low, and then point it, land toe ball heel, and then just pull back to that first position. Repeating to the back, it's a knee bend over toe. Stretch out the back, grab the bar as you need, point front, and then that knee returns to the side, and then point, land toe ball heel, and then return underneath. One last time to the side, we'll go knees over toes. Reach it out to the side, push, squeeze that standing leg bum cheek for stability, and then point, land. This time, keep it off of the floor, find that ankle coup de pied, and then perhaps find those balances Lauren warmed up with the toes earlier in the warm-up. Hold, breathe, squeeze your glutes, ribs over hips, come down to those 2 points, and return to that first position. Let's just switch sides, encouraging you to do the same, and let's just do one more out to the side here, and then additional balance at the end. It's our squat. We'll reach the leg away. And then point and hold the balance on the other leg this time. Then point and land together. Repeating one more time. Sit squat in a plie.
Just to the side?
Reach to the side.
Okay.
And then point and hold. And as Lauren's saying there, just to the side, yeah, I guess I messed that up. Let's do the same thing now to the front. So we'll go sit plie, outside leg reaches, and then inside leg comes underneath.
I just want to
We'll just stretch it out the back, finish with a point back to the first position. We've done the side already, so let's just go out the back. Knees over toes, reach out back, push forward, land with that hand on the bar at the ready, and then point to the front. Then just return that leg to that ankle. And now let's finish this set with our balance. Arms could be in first, the hips, a light touch on the bar, or a smile at the camera. And just hold for a couple additional seconds there. Then back to those 2 feet, heels connect, and then you can shake. Push-up time.
Push-up time. All right. What we like to do is we like to do 2 sets and then take those 2 sets and add them together and make the 3rd set. So with all that math, we're going to do another round of 3. Let's walk ourselves out to that push-up position. Let's slow it down even a little bit more. 5 seconds to descend. 5, 4, 3, 2, up. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, up. 1. One more. 5, 4, 3, 2, up. Push the floor forward. Lift the hips, walk yourself back to tall. Whoa. Boom. Get ready for 6 next time.
Woo. Climbing that ladder and returning to the bar first though. So we are back to that first position stance. This now will be our straight leg and then bent leg rond de jambe. Take the outside leg and point it to the front. In place, do a turn in on the hip where your kneecap transitions towards the midline of the body. Then that turnout where the kneecap goes away from the bar or away from your midline. Repeat one more time on the turn in, then one more time on the turn out. Then utilize that turnout to bring the leg to the side. Ensure that you're nice and tall standing on that inside leg. I believe we're turned out, so let's turn that in. Keep the toe pointed, embrace that cramp, then turn out, keeping the hip forward. Repeat 1.5 more of a turn in, a turn out, and then we will turn in as we finish, and just pull that leg underneath to first position. Now take that leg to the back with a straight leg at the knee, and like a key and a lock in the hip, open from the back to the side, from the side to the front, and then hips through as the leg returns. Let's just do that similar action on a bent knee. Single leg squat as that leg goes out front. Now stay on the bent knee as we turn around. Your discretion, try to keep that turned open in the hip like ballet or close it in, your call. Then we'll just stretch together and pull the leg underneath. And the same effort to the back. The hip is staying forward. The leg is like a lock and a key from the back to the side, from the side to the front. Stand up tall, pull under, and then either stop at that ankle and work on the balance there, or climb up to the knee or that passe position. The hip of this leg that's up, the right one for me, the left one for Lauren, the femur, that leg bone is reaching high, but the hip is sitting to the ground. Then return to that strong first position. Shake, wiggle, and walk it out as you switch to the other side. A straight leg and then a bent leg after. That outside leg again goes straight to the front. Then we'll turn in place, that internal rotation on the hip, and then finish with an external rotation. Repeat one more turn in, keeping the standing hip forward, and a turn out. Then utilize that turn out to bring the leg to the side, and because we're turned out, it's time to turn in. Turn in. Now as we turn out, keep the hip forward. It's likely we twist away. So keep those glutes active. We'll turn in on the hip. We'll turn out on the hip. And we will finish one more time turning in and be tall, 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 tall as we pull back to center. Then take that leg out the back and then open like a key in a lock to the side. Continue from the side to the front and then hips forward, returning underneath. Now on a single leg, we'll squat and reach the other leg out front. Stay on the single leg, particularly the pinky side of that foot. Turn in or turn out on that hip. Explore that ballet move or more the anatomical hip as you can, and bring it underneath to first position. And then the same effort out the back. That leg is straight. We're reaching it to the side, from the side to the front. Finish tall, leg comes underneath, and then stay at the ankle. Work on your balances, low is great. And if you are climbing high, the hip stays low, the femur gets high, and the toes point to the ground. Hold for a second longer, and then return to that first position, and then to the push-up.
All right, so the time has come. We're going to link 3 + 3 to equal 6 together. We'll keep it a little bit of a faster pace, so not that too slow of a descent. Let's come on down to the floor. Get set up in that top position. Lats locked and loaded, cheeks squeezed, abs braced. Here we go. Pull down and hop. 1. Inhale down. Hop. 2. Hop. 3. Keep that head in line with the body. Keep the abs braced, the butt cheeks squeezed, and those lats engaged on this one. And then we'll stand ourselves up. Push through to tall. Take your time.
Pumping it up on that side of the room and plieing over here. So let's come back to that bar to work on more bar exercises, namely the fondue. The fondue means the knees bend together. So we've been to that ankle position, so pick up a leg and bend the knees together, and then straighten those knees together out front. Then bend the knees together with the knees facing side, and we'll stretch out to the side as well. Return that to the back, incorporate that nice full stretch of the leg there too, and then underneath, and then one more time to the side. Now, let's find that releve or that balance on the toes, and then land with a flat foot, and then find that releve or balance again. Knee to the side as we land, and extend away. Repeating again to the back ankle, and yet again a toe raise, and then knees over toes, graciously landing, and finding the balance. Now, find that passe or at the ankle, and with or without those hands on the bar, I do have to look away from the camera here and look more straight ahead, and breathe, and then with control, return, down to 2 feet, shake it out like that was easy. We do hope that intensity is building in those legs, those calf muscles, but not the knees, and not the hips, the joints themselves, but the muscles that aim to support them. Repeating, hand on the bar, it's a single leg squat or fondue, and stretching of both knees. Then it's the knee to the side, and we stretch out, finishing long. Back ankle coup de pied, and then stretch, finding the midline out the back. And then it's one more time to the side, where we'll leave the leg there, find the balance, land together, stretch together, finding the toes. Land together, stretch together, finding toes. It's to the back for the last time there. Hold and then bend. Hold, stay on point, or those demi points, and then the toes point down, the knees face side, making sure we breathe, put some air in that, light touches on the bar are appropriate, and then back to 2 points and down with control. 3, 3 plus 6, I wonder where we're gonna go.
I wonder. We're going to go back down to 3, but my pace, so let's hip hinge. Walk yourself out. It's that 5 count or 4-ish count down, 1 count up. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Make that a powerful up. 3, 2, 1. One more time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Walk yourself back. So seeing how you can make those push-ups harder by playing with the down and the up, changing the cadence, slowing it down, and just adding tension throughout your whole body. It doesn't always have to be a ton of reps to make those benefits happen.
Those time under tension benefits, that's darn right. Okay, I think it's advertised in this class, we do some leg holds. So let's start right away with those attitude holds in front and back. So standing in that first position, pull up to the ankle and transition to that knee if that's for you. Now extend the leg with a slight bend staying in there, but the knee is pointing to the side, so we're turned it on the hip, and the toe is lined up very closely to that belly button. Then bend the knee, lifting the knee higher as allowed, and then we'll do the same effort to the back. That attitude derrière, or to the back. Hold. Try to maintain that turnout and back to passe. Let's repeat that one more time out front. The knee can stay bent. The height is there, but the hip is going down, and we hold for a second longer, and then back to passe. And we haven't talked about that bottom leg. The top leg is a little bent on the knee, That bottom leg is stiff and squeezing and strong.
And ready to go to a balance.
Find or return to passe, and then down on the floor, finishing tall. Same effort here on the other side. Front, back, slight knee bend on the leg that's up, and super stiff leg on the bottom for stability. So pull up to the ankle, and then pull up to the knee. From there, we'll extend, keeping the hip flexed, slight bend in the knee, and shooting energy through those toes. Lift the knee higher as allowed, even if it's in your imagination, and then extend to that backside attitude as well. Put some air in there and squeeze your standing leg glute. Find that rise, awesome job. Then return to passe, and just one more time as we go out to the front. We can hold and pull up the kneecap that you're standing on, and then back to the passe, and then one last time to the back. Squeeze your standing leg glute, pull up the kneecaps, make sure you're breathing, return the knee side, slide down the leg, find your first position. Shakes and wiggles are always welcome too.
All right, let's do one more set of 3, and then we'll finish with a set of 6 today. Okay, walk yourself out, control out. One more time in that slow-mo down. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, up, 1. 4, 3, 2, up, 1. Last time, cheeks, abs, lats, up, 1. Push yourself back, walk yourself up. Whew, shake and wiggle out that tension. And we have one more set to finish that up today.
So we're back to the bar, but until then, ground battement time, finding some power and ballistic nature of those leg lifts now. So let's return those feet to first. Feel free to work from that parallel position as well. And our battement today will be from our first position all the way up. Tap it out front. From that front position or tendu, lift it up, and then close. We'll repeat 2 repetitions in the front, 2 repetitions to the side, once more each time for 2. So 4 reps each position, working in sets of 2s. Ready to go? We're tall. We'll battement and tap it out front, and then lift it, and then close. Same action out front. Up to the front, tap, and then up and close. Same action to the side. brush away, leave it there, lift it, and close. Brush it and leave it, lift it, and close. Now we're back to the front. It's up, it pauses, it's up, it closes. It's up, it pauses out front, it's up, and it closes, and to the side, and leave it, and lift it, and close it, and send it, and leave it, and lift it, and close it. And what's more balance here, that's fine. That passe. Perhaps find that demi, and then find the balance with that leg out front like attitude. We might have to use a hand on the bar here as we hold. And then what about that attitude out the back? Demi points as allowed. Return the knee to the side. Return to 2 points and down with control. That got the sweat going here, so let's do the same thing. 2 front, 2 side, 2 front, 2 side. Added bonus holds at the end.
And keep your standing legs straight. Woo. That's what I'm thinking of.
Great idea. 3, 2, send it, leave it, lift it, close it. Send it, leave it, lift it, and close it. Same thing side. Lift, hold, lift, and close. Send it, leave it, lift it, close it. Back, front, leave it, lift it, close it. Front, leave it, lift it, close it. Keep the height as best you can. And one more, and leave it, and lift, and close. Then find that releve or balance hold. Then that attitude hold out front with, again, any kind of port bras arms as you wish. And then through the passe position, we'll hold the same idea out the back. And maybe it's even a nice arabesque arm out there. Then return the knee to the side to passe. Stay on those demi points and push those heels forward as we land. Whew. Push
My
up
hips
time.
are on fire.
Safe fire.
All right,
fire.
We're doing one last set of push-ups. Let's try to pump out that 6 number again. So a little faster, but still controlled. 6 is too many, do less. Here we go. Keep number 1 looking the same as last number. Here we go. Pull down, push away. Pull down, push away. Pull down, push away. 3 more. Pull, push. 2, up, head stays in line. Up. Nice. Walk yourself up. So we didn't rush those. We just kept them quick. We had more reps. Slow down the less reps. Keep it a little more strong and powerful in those higher numbers of reps.
And until we do more push-ups next week, I'd like to finish today's practice again with that work and center, those weight transfers. So we'll start with the feet in our first position, and we'll sit squat or plie. Then reach your leg to the side and pull yourself across. Finish with the toe point, and if we lift the leg, consider the difference of lifting the hip, and then aesthetically and functionally, the difference of lifting that leg. Now let's stay low and pull ourselves across and reach to the other side. Same thing. This would be me lifting from my hip, and this is me lifting the hip.
Okay.
Find the one that is harder, because that's the one that's better. We'll pull ourselves across and we'll lift the leg, and then this time, stretch. Then bend that standing leg, grab the floor and pull, and then push to the other side. It's off the ground, so now let's stretch that standing leg again. Then we'll bend the ankle on that standing leg, pulling ourselves across and finishing with a push that brushes that leg off the ground, and then a stiff leg. And with a hand on the bar or without, can we find that releve balance and hold? Land on a flat foot, straight knee, then bend or blend that knee bend as we pull ourselves across. Final movement for today, we'll stretch that standing leg, and again, find that releve balance. Hold, down with a straight leg. There we go. Bend the knee, just pull ourselves to center. Find your safe deep squat plie, being heavy on those pinky toes, and then push those hips through. Finish like it's easy. Tendu, close, and then wiggle.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us in week 4 of the Barre class. Week 4 of our body weight class will be this Saturday live at 8 a.m. or anytime thereafter in the archive. We've enjoyed this semester progressing our skills throughout all of our bell, bar, and body weight techniques. So join us again as it starts again on Tuesday, back to the bell. Check out our website, check out our Patreon, like and subscribe on YouTube, and
keep up those watch
time,
hours. Keep up those watch hours.
Yeah, put a playlist on and keep watching
Just
it
keep
for
it
us.
on repeat. Share with families and friends, but most importantly, thank you for sharing with us. And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
Let's train again soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.